Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Quasimorph. In the last part, we got to test out the new Phoenix Brigade ship, and I think that's going to be a very good one if we can get the right equipment for it, and I think we're doing okay with it so far. And in slightly more depressing news, we also tried to take the fight to Tianmin for the first time directly, just to get a look at how well they do in the field, and that went pretty poorly. We did get some good intel out of them, and I think I have an idea of what we're fighting against. Problem is, yeah, with this much power, we simply can't take them on head-to-head as we are right now. And the other major problem about Tianmin, I was doing a little bit of reading. He's a Hexarch. The Hexarchs, which is basically the 5 most powerful corporations in the galaxy, they don't fight each other at all. So basically against Tianmin, we have the Quasimorphs as backup, who they just want to kill whoever they feel like dealing with. We've got pirates who are doing pretty well. We've got civil resistance who hate our guts, and all the minor corps who, of course, are going to be doing their own thing because they're all independent powers. So I think a direct conflict with them at this point is just not feasible. So what we need to do is build up our own power and then start striking back at them. The problem with that is, of course, we have our proxy down here at Planet Bridge, and we need to make sure they stay alive because right now we have 4 assets. And from what I've read, how a faction gets eliminated, because these guys can get eliminated off the face of the solar system 100%. If they take every other asset, once you get down to their final headquarters, if that gets conquered, that's at the point where they're just dead as a corporation. They won't come back, and they're just gone forever. And down here, it looks like Dilthe is actually trying to conquest one of their territories, which is over here, so no way I can even get there in time if I could even succeed in that mission. So sadly, I think they're about to be down to the final 3 assets that they own. So we'll need to come up with a plan for that. In the meantime, if Tianmin, who is, 16k power, we're going to need to come up with a plan to deal with that. And I think what the plan's going to be actually is, in the last part, the other thing that happened, we got a little message over on Venus saying, hey, we're another new Quasimorph that you can awaken and have more space demons infect the universe. We might want to actually do that. And another thing that I did in the last part that a lot of it got edited out and I probably didn't help the galaxy / stop Tianmin. I'm not entirely sure how auto resolve works, but basically it's going to compare their faction power against whoever they're going to be fighting against. I don't know if there's a hard cap for success or failure, like if there's, say, maybe you're only able to get up to 95% chance of success, or if you can literally get 100% guaranteed. Basically, Tianmin is going to win every single auto resolve they have until we start taking them down. At this point in the game's life cycle, it is still in early access, so there really is no end game. In theory, it's not necessarily the worst thing that Tianmin is way too powerful, but for me, it just feels bad. So I do think we should try and balance out the system a little bit if we can. But basically what I'm thinking is we need to pick a couple people to kind of ally up with and be friends with. And one of them, which I was just talking about how the Hexarchs can't attack each other, RealWare really does like us, and they have some pretty solid gear, so I think we'll try and stay friendly with them, at least until they hit Planet Bridge, then we'll turn on them. But right now we do have 62 relations with them, so they do love us, and they're up to tech level 7, so we're just behind on that. And the other thing that right now is a little bit interesting, Esclan is in 2nd, so they're growing extremely powerful, and they're also another faction that tends to snowball out of control. However, if they want to snowball into Tianmin, they're really the only ones that can put up a fight against them right now. And we haven't done it yet, but we could decide to ally up with them. As far as I've understood it, that just means myself and Tesclan won't attack each other. So I'm actually going to ally with them just to get Tesclan off our back, because I'm pretty sure the base alliance just means you're neutral, which doesn't help against the Hexarchs, which if we could do that, that'd be great. As we saw on this, we were at that, and Dilthe, which is literally one of the Hexarchs, is already trying to take over a Planet Bridge system. So I don't think that's going to work. So good news, we're Emerald Cultists now. Hooray. But I think to start off, we're going to head over towards Venus. I'm going to stop off at Earth because it's halfway between the points, and like I was saying, I think maybe trying to cut down downtime is going to be one of our best ways forward. Also, another thing I did look up while I'm thinking about it, yeah, the Ganix rags. I was like, oh, do these turn into anything once they go down? Apparently they turn into normal rags, so it's not a total loss to pick them up, so good news there. Here we go, Planet Bridge. They're actually trying to take down Sunlight Coven at the moon. That is perfect timing on that. Let's open up with a little bit of conquest and help our buddies out. And this is another thing that I may want to consider going forward. We're not going to do it here specifically because it is a conquest. Basically, if I want to work against Planet Bridge, which sounds really bad, the positive of that, if I did flip this mission, basically, these guys are locked at 100 reputation because they are me, basically. If I want to, I can hit my own guys, and that's basically just positive reputation with no loss, except for, the loss of power, whatever it is for the given mission. We're not going to do that in this situation, but that is something to keep in mind. Sunlight Coven doesn't like me anyway, and I do want to grab their armor and weapons off of them, but that is something we can consider in the future. As for who we want to send out on this mission, I should probably start trying to build my next character. We've got Phoenix Brigade, Scout of Hades, and Valkyrie Squad. And this doesn't look like it's going to be too difficult. It's 600 power concentration across 2 floors, only 1 skull, so I think we'll actually go with a little bit of a basic loadout. I'm going to turn Francis into a tunnel rat. I have been talking about how shotguns may not be the best choice, but we do want to at least try out the class, and also there is the possibility of swapping him into, you know, some better perks and the like once we actually have that capability. I think we could turn shotguns into something really good. So we'll bring him out with this kit. I do, again, need to start trying to stockpile some better food. So for now, we'll just send him out with some synthetic stuff, and food's not usually a problem. We are on the moon, so we do need to worry about Quasimorphs, but a 2-floor, 600 power concentration, I don't think will trigger a Baron, so we should be fine there. Other than that, we've got the basic loadout, which I think should get us through the mission, and we'll see how it goes. I think 2 stacks of ammo should be good as well, because these guys, I think, do like their shotguns, so worst case scenario, we can do some field looting. Right there, 4 targets to kill, so this should be a pretty quick and easy one, but there's a lot of containers to loot, so we'll definitely go ahead and start peeking through all this, see if we find anything interesting. The problem here is going to be the fact that power does directly contribute to floor loot, so there may not be that much here. Fortunately, because we're a tunnel rat, we do get bonuses to our looting, so that might help offset a little bit of that. Yeah, right here, first one. Sunlight Coven Heavy Trooper, by the way. Not quite that heavy, but you have a shotgun. And of course, one of our other things as a tunnel rat is you really want to stick to cover. We'll try a little bit of that. See if we can draw you down this way. Nope, you went to cover. You did the smart thing. Fair enough. Not smart enough. Okay, that's fine. And there we go. Pain immunity. So getting a wound activates the trigger, which will automatically stabilize the wound. Okay, reopened it right away, sadly. I was hoping we'd get the kill there. There we go. Okay, a little bit of dodge and weave here. Okay, at this point we can blast you, no problem. You know what? I think we can blast open this crate. It should be fine. You know what? We didn't even clip it. Good job, Francis. Proud of you. A little bit of a boot upgrade to the legend gear isn't bad either. And for now, we'll dismantle this shotgun. We might find some better weapons later. Ooh, a weapon case, though. Hello. You need to start getting some of those. I was also looking before I started recording at some of the upgrades we need to see if there's anything easy we can get. Sadly, no, but we will be fine. We do probably want to start trying to get a little bit more of that again. I have been a little bit lax on it lately. Military parts. That's good. We're almost actually completely caught up on military parts. That'd be huge. And I think I'm even going to go ahead and switch over to the legend helmet. We'll bring that one back to the ship. Another one of these plasma generators. Oh, you know what? This laser SMG is actually technically a backup weapon, though. We'll get that out, try and get these pants, and then probably go do our first drop. You know what? Eat the chicken. It's fine. Sadly, it looks like most of the containers, even though they are marked on the map, they are pretty cleaned out. So we'll go grab some food out of the vending machine, check this little weapon crate down here, and I might end up trying to actually get a stack of fuel out of here as well. But yeah, this is a pretty quick little dirty first floor operation. Nothing too crazy. Free grenade launcher, never say no to that, mostly because it comes with 6 grenades that you can throw by hand if you feel like it. Oh, a surprise enemy. I thought we literally just cleared this out a second ago. There we go. Hopefully you had something good on you. Hey, you know what? A little bit of free food never hurts. 7 targets on the 2nd floor. Okay, so this should be a little bit tougher than the 1st floor, and a lot of crates. Hopefully these ones are actually filled with stuff. Where's Capsule going? Other side of the world. Got it. And a rogue AR right away. Might as well grab it in case we need a backup weapon. Probably end up disassembling that, hopefully for something a little bit better. Ooh, a server. Okay, so definitely looks like there's a little bit better looting to be done on this floor in the crates. That's a good news. Okay, this one's interesting. Impactor spacesuit. Doesn't have any blunt, poison, or shock. Pretty good against fire, pierce, cut, and decent against cold and beam. I might try and drag that back. I don't know if it's going to be any use, but we might as well take it if we can. Okay, here we go. We were getting pretty lonely out here, so glad that we found some friends. Go up to sprint for next round. Not here. Okay, try here. Okay, I don't like that this guy's getting pretty... There we go. I'd say this guy's trying to get away from us. Okay, that is a concern. Double flank. Go up to sprint for next round. Okay, they're all coming in. Good. Means we can hopefully catch them all in a corner. Well, this count as cover. Try this. There we go. We love our crates. They're the best. Okay, that's fine. Reload in place. Go ahead and grab a couple snacks just to get us to healing in case we need it. We'll do one more round in place. Blast you, wait for you to react. There we go. Okay, and I guess that's confirmation that the Quasimorphs count as defenders once you take them out. We definitely want to loot the place before we leave. Thermal grenade, not too shabby. Probably go ahead and start dismantling any excess ammo. Wow, most of these guys didn't even have weapons, so unless we find something really cool, we might end up walking out of here with a rogue AR at this point in the game, which is kind of sad, but not much we can do about it. Okay, this could be a little bit of a problem. We caught 2 of them. They look like they might have decent stuff. Hello, laser shotgun. The problem with that is there is a fuel barrel right here. How do we want to approach this? Okay, you know what? We'll try and get to the capsule as cover. Okay, there's more of them in here. Didn't pick up any of these guys on my scan before I got in, by the way. You know what? Okay, we missed all of that. They didn't risk a shot at all, which is great. There's 5 of them in here. We found, I think, literally the rest of them. Dope. Shoot you. There we go. Shoot you. Shoot Shoddy McShotgun. There we go. And get rid of you. There's that explosion. We have 1 action left. Start the reload. Get those in. Blast you. And fire should spread to you shortly. Actually gonna go sneak mode here so I can start dropping some stuff off. Probably actually drop off that rogue AR since we're gonna go grab that shotgun soon after. Okay, you're not moving through the fire. That is a smart thing to do. Gonna make you move. You're gonna have to do something at some point. There we go. Probably go ahead and reload while we wait for this guy to show up. Go ahead and finish eating that, and we'll go ahead and wait it out in stealth so you can get closer. Thank you. Okay, 1 more blast. Okay, good. You got knocked back. There we go. Okay, other than these moon pants, which seem pretty heavy duty, nothing too crazy. Yeah, the problem with the moon gear is it's literally just blunt, cut, and pierce, which is good. It's not bad. The problem is, yeah, clearly when we're going up against the higher ends of factions, they're going to be bringing a lot more heavy duty stuff, so we do need a little bit more resistance than that. Although I guess we can find something that specializes in literally everything else. This would be a good counterbalance. But here we go, laser shotgun. Let's see, 2 to 5, pretty big scatter, decent range accuracy, and beam, of course. We'll definitely need to bring that against some heavier people. And a second weapon case. Okay, worth it for that, for sure. Probably drop the Gavok. That's definitely going to go bad in the cargo hold. And then we hit the server, which will be the last thing, and then we should be good to bounce from this one. 2 transformers and lamp. We need transformers for that new armor for sure, and I think we need lamps for a repair kit, and we probably need it for some other armor eventually. There we go. I think now we are good to bounce. Decent little run out for our first tunnel rat mission. Not too shabby for Francis. Good to get his confidence back, get him worked back up. Someone down here. No, just leave. It probably isn't worth the ammo we're gonna spend. Smash cut to that guy having an LMG, which means he'd probably kill me. But there we go. Mission done. Also, now that we are technically a part of the Emerald Empire, Testclan does give us the flavor text, so dope. But don't worry, as far as I can tell, Planet Bridge actually gets the stuff. That's the important thing. As far as what Planet Bridge has given us, some capacitors is good, 9mm ammo, we're not using that much, and we've probably outgrown it mostly, but better to have the ammo and not need it. And a surgical kit for the common item chip, not too shabby. So there we go. It'll take 4 days for them to fix the place up, but Planet Bridge finally has another city. Hooray. No upgrades from those weapon cases, unfortunately, but what I did want to check, I think we've seen this on a station. Yeah, the surgical kit. So I think it's just a better medical kit. Stabilize, heal any wounds, 60 regen, pain down by 20, regen 2. Oh, but this lasts more turns. I see. So I think it's more immediately, and that uses morphine, medical glue, and nalozone, which we probably want to hold on to. We probably don't make these right away, but we will definitely want to start working towards that. I think once we can confidently make medical glue and nalozone, I think we can make morphine. Yeah, right there. Yeah, once we can make the rest of this stuff pretty easily, we can probably start making some of these. For now, I don't think we hop on that right away. And what else is there to do nearby since we are in the neighborhood? Another 2,000 defense if we're feeling ballsy. I think I'm good on that. Probably keep pushing to Venus. Go the other way. There we go. Probably keep pushing down this way and see if we can hopefully awaken a new Quasimorph buddy. I have a feeling this one's not going to be part of the Emerald Empire. I'm guessing it's going to be a different Quasimorph since we already awakened Testclan over here, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Also, I will point out, I did end up turning off the space chatter for when we're moving, by the way, because I do like it in my solo time, but it probably isn't great for recording purposes. So I did turn that off so I can talk to you guys while we're traveling. So that's nice. And we are extremely low on ceramic plates, unfortunately. I was thinking about doing another production run of the armor, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, we need those for the actual repair kits. We'll hold off on it for now, but we do definitely need to prioritize that when we have the availability of it. Okay, it does look like that we did end up losing that other asset, unfortunately. So we're still at 4. However, you know what? We're ahead of Grasshopper, Quasimorph, and Civil Resistance, so we've got that going for us. Oh, and they're up to tech level 5, so I think they actually got to bump up in the time that we were traveling, so hooray for us. Tianmain up to 18k. Escalade up to 4. Maybe the Space Demons will be the hero, the galaxy. I'm gonna keep saying galaxy. I know it's just the solar system, but I'm gonna keep saying galaxy. Yeah, maybe they're gonna be the heroes that we need, not the ones we deserve. Okay, that's interesting. Oh no, it's 7 days away. I was about to say, I would be tempted to do this planet bridge against SBN. I'm hoping, because if I've understood the situation, and again, anytime I'm wrong about this stuff, feel free to let me know in the comments. I think because Planet Bridge has higher power concentration of the 2 missions, I think they're likely to win that one. So hopefully we're going to get some Mercurian territory. Ooh, 7 hours. Hold on. 7 days, 17. Okay, I could hop on that one if I really wanted to. However, I was thinking... We have a little bit of time to check. Oh, we're paused. We can just check here. A Realware Conquest against Testclan. Yeah, we just need to do, from what I've understood about that message, we just need to do any kind of mission on Mars where we just get kills. Also, 11,000 power concentration against Tianmain here. That is insane. It might also benefit us to start trying to help out the other minor corporations because they'll at least have a chance to fight Tianmain. They'll probably lose, but I was thinking maybe keep 1 Hexarch on side, and I'm thinking that Hexarch is Realware. And this does technically attack our ally, but I don't think we actually care about that as a PMC. We're just for hire. It's just making sure they don't attack our guys. But I was just saying how we do need to make sure that he stays powerful so he hopefully starts attacking Tianmain. I also don't know if we can do missions on the satellites around Venus to affect that guy spawning. Okay, for what it's worth, it does look like there is 1 Tianmain mission we might be able to do against Testclan here. 1600 power concentration, defense 1 floor. It's in a business center, so there would probably be rooms and stuff we could hole up in. I was just thinking we should go help out our guys over on Planet Bridge. That'll be about 750 power concentration per floor. So there's a real chance we'd have to deal with a Baron. Although since it's a conquest, if we really wanted to rush through it, which I would very much be tempted to do, we might be able to squeeze it in before the Baron spawns. You know what? Let's go do it. Back-to-back conquests for our boys at Planet Bridge. We gotta start building the power base. I'm gonna have, I think, like 5 hours to get into the mission once we get there, unless it's orbiting away from us. I'm not sure how accurate the game's keeping track of that. 2 hours. Okay, we're here. We have time to do it. Who's this against? SBN, the guys I wanted to be friends with. Sorry about it, guys, but we need your territory more than we need your friendship. Also, you're the 1 low power Hexarch, so maybe it's worth actually getting rid of 1 purely so that everyone else has chances to grow. Okay, SBN, I'm sorry. I did want to be your friend, and I usually am your friend. But I think friendship with SBN is over. Space Demon is my new best friend. And SBN, looking at my notes, assault rifles, SMGs, I think they like laser weapons. It looks like they also like robots and stun grenades. Do I risk trying to bring out a new class here, or do I stick with one of the established characters? My immediate thought is Percy. You do need to still level up, and this will be a tough mission for you, but I think you're pretty well stacked. Oh, you do have that Vortex. Is there another SMG I could give you? Because the problem with this thing is it's extremely close range. It's not bad, but I feel like we could do a little bit better. I could try bringing out one of the Quasimorph shotguns. It's the same range, but it's also a shotgun, and it's an auto shotgun to boot. Go on, I'm not made of stone. Let's have some fun. The issue we're going to run across is we are not going to be recovering any ammo, so I'm bringing out literally all of the Igvos we have, which with that in mind, we do definitely need to start planning for that and probably start collecting more. Also, I just realized this has a chance to inflict poison. I assumed it was going to be decay. Oh no, this does entropy. So I guess it could... Oh, is that what? Okay. So I think what I've been dealing with when I've been fighting Venusians, yes, their stuff does entropy damage, which causes decay. I think there's also just this rare chance of poison popping off. Oh, that's gross. I love that. And we should definitely top this thing off before we bring it out. Mechanism parts and quasi-bronze. We have been doing quite a bit of both of those. Both do 40 and 5, so we'll go for the one we have a little bit more of. There we go. And you do actually have one of our stacks of PMC rations, so we are okay on food for this guy. And I was was about to say, oh, hey, you know what? We should be fine on Quasimorph parts because there's going to be Quasimorph spawning. We're on Mercury. Those are different types of parts. So bad news, we won't be. Good news, we might find another crazy shotgun-esque weapon. Probably not. I think they use like battle stabs and the like. I think just to be safe, I am going to bring out a few cigarettes. And this is, yeah, this reduces nicotine addiction. I'm going to go ahead and bring one thing of painkillers as well. Be a little bit cautious here. This is going to be 800 per floor, which again, I don't think that's accurate, but approximately 800 power per floor against SBN/Mercurian Quasimorphs. Okay, and it's nice that we can get a full layout of how these areas look over on Mercury. This is actually a relatively small level, so chances are we're going to run into heavy contact immediately. And I see this down here. We'll come back for this because, yeah, I have a feeling we're going to need to drop a defensive position very quickly. And yeah, we have burst and auto. Definitely stick and burst because we're going to need to conserve ammo for a while until we find a solid weapon. And nothing here yet. Get a little bit of a move on down the hallway. First contact in this room. Don't like that we're in a long hallway. Okay, open the door. Wait. Go to sprint. Oh, right. Yeah, they like their sex bots. Container. Move to cover up here, I think. Okay, slight problem. Don't walk away from me. Okay, a lot of them in there. 4 of them in there. Back off 1. Wait. Just walk over here and shoot. Okay, good start. Let him come through. Okay. Good start. Move to the next cover like we're tunnel rats. Okay, couple bad misses, not great. Thank you, cover. You're being a boss right now. Okay, self-healing wound, that's fine. Gonna go up to sprint. Okay, how badly are you damaged? Okay, I think this kind of stuff may not be good against robots. Actually, we can check that. Poison, entropy resist, yeah, because they resist fire and cold. Fortunately, it takes the lower one. That's only at 50, but yeah, we might need to build more for the bots than we need to build for the humans against SBN. Also, was this hallway always here? Or did they actually blast that open? I am unsure. Get the cover over here. Wait. There we go. Okay. Fine. At least this stuff seems to destroy cover pretty efficiently. Go down to walking. We'll do 2 rounds for reload. 8 more targets. So far, we're fine. And since we are a scout, we can use either SMGs or shotguns. Go ahead, grab this one for now. I don't know if we're going to keep it. I don't think we're going to have time to hack apart every robot we come across, unfortunately, but that's honestly fine because we don't even have the way to actually use the stuff yet. Okay, that was a laser pulse rifle, by the way. And, oh, you had one of the backup electromagnetic ones that doesn't use ammo, and that is a marksman rifle technically. Authorized bounty hunter, by the way, so yeah, not even one of their guys technically, I don't think, unless their whole steez is also hiring bounty hunters. I'm gonna grab this electromagnetic shotgun. What do you need for repairs? Armor plate, microchip, and capacitor. Okay, so this might be one that we just use, break, and then maybe even just drop it. Yeah, mercenaries. Okay, their other thing might be mercenaries for hire. Electromagnetic is either 1-shot or 2-shot. Okay, that's how that works. Not great. We're fine. Definitely need to just pull him back. Good walking. We can't see you yet. That's fine. Yep, just a mild burn. We'll wait. Okay, that's still holding. How are you doing? Okay, looking at this guy, by the way, while he's alive. Among the felines, there is a lion. Among the mercs, there is a bounty hunter with coveted A1 class SBN issued license, with gear, skill, and payroll to match. So this might actually be their quote-unquote ground troops is hired mercenaries, and it looks like they're weak to fire, shock, cold, and beam. This guy doesn't have full armor, though. He's just wearing a basic shirt. Does have one of the devourers, though. Okay, I was afraid of that. We're, deep burn. Yeah, I was even more afraid of that. Deep burn, we should be able to deal with hydrogel, hopefully. And get to cover behind this. He should push that, so we'll do some sprint checks. How much health do you have? 34. You're doing pretty well, actually. Okay, you are slowly pushing. That's fine. Fortunately, we have literally all the ammo in the world because this thing doesn't use ammo. Yay. Heat burn still. Okay, slight problem. That again is another icon I technically don't recognize. I'm assuming the hydrogel does something against that because that is fire as well as beam, shock, and poison. We'll keep trying hydrogels because otherwise I don't know what to do. One thing I will do. Oh, this doesn't help with that, does it? General action drugs, pain, nicotine. You know what? Just on the off chance it'll help, I'm going to pop the hemostatic drugs as well. Because I believe the way you're supposed to use those is they increase efficiency for... Oh, see? There we go. 10% increased chance to heal plasma. Okay, hopefully that does it then. Probably disassemble that. I'm going to grab the Devourer, even though it's not necessarily one of our buffed weapons. We might be able to get some use out of that. Yeah, we still have... I'm not sure if this is even helping. We might be in trouble here if I can't figure out how to deal with this. Ooh, a buffalo on the ground, though. That's nice. Still have 7 targets to go. Okay, looks like the hydrogel did it. Thank you. And someone's camping the buffalo. Why would you do such a thing to me? Okay, swap over to the shotgun. Okay, the problem... Okay, I've got a plan. Open the door in stealth. Back off. Yep, now you're gonna do that. Peek. Shoot. You missed both. That feels real bad. Okay, good shot there. We lost the... Oh, okay, no, the game is just being weird about what I was seeing. Keep waiting. There we go. Okay, the game's being a little bit weird when I'm clicking. I think I'm hitting something over here. So I'm doing 1 entropy damage to something that I missed you. Okay, these shots apparently go pretty far and the door closed. Okay, that's fine. That gives me a chance to reload and go ahead and wait and walk. Do a check. You're gonna walk away, actually. Okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna try and blast you. There we go. And go down the stealth so we can sneak up. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my first meal while we're at it. This one's in pretty rough condition, but we can repair it back on the ship. Probably drop the 1 acid we have for it. Ooh, some of these nano charges. We can actually finally use these things, because we have just enough for our upgrades. 4 more targets to kill. Where was the elevator? It was straight up in the next room where we just were. Okay, let's head back to the ship for now. I'm willing to bet someone's gonna come down here and check this out, if they haven't already. Or maybe they're extremely bored up there. And probably get a little bit of a move on, because we do have 3 floors to clear. Punishment assault rifle, huh? Looks like you have some decent gear. Let's go for the long shot with you. Back off. Afraid of that. That's fine. Okay, wasn't sure if the other shot was going to be fine or not. Overheating and minor wound. Okay, we're good there. Keep sneaking up. Get a reload in. Bad time for a reload, apparently. Fall back. Wait it out. Okay, it's a robot. And you definitely resist plasma a lot less than you do entropy, so we'll stick with the Devourer. Keep sneaking up in case there's another surprise around the corner. Data miner, anti-jammer. We might actually use this thing. We do still need some for the ship, but I think in this situation, it's probably a good idea. Follow-up question, do we want to swap? I'm gonna stick with the Devourer for now, but there could be an argument made for trying to swap over to that. I think we're fine as is. Okay, 2 more targets, and then we can move on. Take a peek up here, make sure it's cleared. Okay, looks like we're fine, so go ahead and get a little bit of a move on as we check this. Scales for Shartamakum. Exploring the level, we'll grab that for the final floor. We're gonna get these scales out as well, since we don't have any, I don't think. Oh, hey, we found one of those surgical kits. Definitely carry that around. Oh, actually, we need 1 for upgrades, and this one is very damaged. It has, I think, oh, it says right down there, yeah, we have 1 use left on it. Carry that back to the ship. Yeah, grasp is going up pretty slowly, fortunately, so we should be fine to do a little bit of exploration. I'm even gonna go grab this one before I forget, because I did almost genuinely forget. And we'll leave the data miner as well, since we have the Eye of Karok. Okay, it was a lamp, which, to be fair, we do have some on the ship, so that's not a waste. Definitely throw that in there. Okay, that's why we check in walk, not stealth. What do you have? Laser pistol. We'll wait. Sprint up, sprint to cover, and Gavok. Oh, you know what? Let's try full auto. Okay, you killed the shit out of that guy. I was hoping the spray would get the second one. Let's go down. There we go. Oh, 1 more down there. Okay, I can't fire at him because I just reloaded. And even more friends. Love that for us. Who opened this door? Okay, sprint. Oh, you opened that door. You don't have an angle on us yet. Pull back. Shoot. That was greedy, but it paid off. Keep pulling back to the ship. We'll just go in full sprint mode. Go down to walk in at this point. Get the last reload in. Now turn around. Get a snack in. Walk. I don't have an angle. Pull back. Sprint. Sprint. Shoot. Was really relying on entropy to deal with you. Okay, Swarm, this is a new guy, and also he has a buffalo. Swarm stands for Space Weapon and Reaction Member, where special measures are required to ensure the information security of the SBN. Swarm combatants always appear. This is, I think, basically their Space Marines. Dope. Aurora pattern, yeah, they like Aurora and Dawn stuff, which looks like, okay, maybe their special forces are against Shock and Beam and an Agony MAF. You don't like entropy, though, which I love. There we go. Peek. Okay, I think we're good. And that contusion is self-healing. Another data miner. This should be the last one we need. And since we're near the ship, let's go ahead and just grab all your armor and your submachine gun. Why not? Okay, I think we go drop these off and then head straight for the elevator. And we are through our first round of Igvos. Okay, that perfectly fills the ship. The other slots are a little bit mid with what they have in there, but it's better than nothing. And both these weapons are about halfway down. We should be fine. Chances are I will drop my Devourer for something else on the level at some point. A little bit of a surprise there, and there's our first sign of Quasimorphs coming in, a Ferris. Get around to cover, wait around, peek, shoot. Oh, follow-up. How do you feel about entropy? Pretty good, actually. In fact, yeah, the Mercurian Quasimorphs, who we also need to start building the armor profile of, they actually don't like blunt or shock. So I was just talking shit about how we don't need 9mm rounds. They would actually do pretty good against this guy. That's pretty funny. Also, doesn't like explosions. I think we'll go to the Devourer for now. I think we need to be at least 4 tiles away. So I think we're fine here. There we go. Go down to sneak, since their last crew seems to be coming up this way. Okay, you either walked away or you're trying to camp me out, I think. More painkillers and batteries. Good. And the capacitor, I think, can be used to repair that. Excellent. Unload every single battery that we come across. Fortunately, because these guys like energy weapons, it should be easy to keep this topped up. Again, our shotgun is basically stuck on, you know, whatever condition it's in. So as soon as it breaks, it's broken. Oh, that's a Ferris. Okay, we should be able to just outmaneuver this thing, actually. Ooh, even more PMC rations. Excellent. And another buffalo. Okay, it looks like you haven't noticed me yet. Also, I think you might be damaged. You were just flashing there. But we'll move up to the next floor. Oh, yeah, he just exploded. Dope. So someone got a good shot in on him. Love that. We'll reload, get to the second floor. A little bit of a risky reload going into it, but usually the first room's safe. I was so ready for there to be a turret right here as soon as I walked in. Go ahead, get a snack in. How many do we need to kill here? 12. Not great. This floor is a lot larger, and we need to do a full loop to get over here. Okay, you know what? This is an early call. I'm just going to call the capsule in now because I know I can fill it up with stuff. Where did it land? I had a feeling it would be on the one place I don't need to go. Love that. Okay, looks like they're gonna all be in this next room. Intrusion 355. I think we're fine with that. Ooh, augmentation chip. So we can start making our own parts. And a switchboard, which, as we've discussed, has some decent stuff in it. And actually pick it up in case we want to dismantle it on the ship. Because I think it can have, like, a bunch of stuff that I'm not carrying right now. Oh, I just got slowed down. And I think that means I saw somebody somewhere. Guessing they're over here. Oh, doggo. Is that 4 or 3 movement? 3. Okay. Okay, we can actually get an angle here, and you have a crate for cover. That's a concern. And you missed. That's even more of a concern. Okay. Turns out they were all camping down here. Go up to sprint. Get a little bit of distance. Really need you to land this. There you go. Also, fun fact, apparently you can drop food for dogs and they'll actually stop and eat it. I doubt it makes them friendly, but if you can slow them down, that's nice. That being said, I'm not dropping a PMC ration for the dogs because I need that for me. Get a reload in. We need to start walking out of here. That door closes. They should be coming up this way. Actually gonna go ahead and eat that ration right now. Sheila class, so switch to the Devourer. No one's opened this door yet. Good news. Unless they did while I was all the way down here. I think there were 2 humans, and I don't remember seeing the robot. And it looks like dogs do count towards this target goal. That's good to know. I just heard another door open. Okay, yep, had a feeling someone was going to be coming through this way soon. Go to cover here. Okay, good news. You actually deleted the cover that I was worried about. This door's still closed. Ooh, a new pistol. Looks like a little bit of a machine pistol. Good for you. Probably go down to walking so we can land our hits. Okay, actually a pretty good Ferris for us if he doesn't decide to about face and start charging us directly. Get the cover over this way. Do a little bit of a stealth check. Sounds like they dinked a Molotov in here from the look of things. There we go. Love that for us. Rip a shot at you in stealth. Go up to walking. All right. There we go. Another Ferris to block things up could be good. Start getting a reload in. Okay, problem is, I do wonder if maybe the Quasimorph remembers who killed their human and they try and get vengeance for that, because they definitely will turn on someone else, but it seems like they definitely prioritize you. In any event, I'm going to let you keep firing. Ooh, okay, this is a little bit tricky. I want to fall back, but I should have opened that door last round if I was going to do so. You have cover there. How alive are you? You have a lot of health, actually. What about you? You're pretty damaged. Let's shoot you. Rip a shot at you. Okay, we missed you anyway. Okay. Minor wound, weapon overheat is a problem. I'm gonna eat damage if I pull back, but I feel like I need to pull back regardless. Yeah, we're just gonna eat this. That's fine. Sprint up through here. Minor wound, we're still okay. Go down to walking, go up here, open that. Did you lose track of me by chance? No, you're still there. Okay, you're getting shot by that. Okay, that's good. I'm tempted to... Okay, you know what? Let's test this thing out. Grenade! I think I way overshot it. Also, it sounds like it was a poison thing. Open that. It evaporated the room, it looks like. Was that where the robot was? Okay. Problem with testing something, you usually want to see what it does before it, you know, obliterates a room. I think it did good. At least there's not a robot in here anymore. Okay, floor's cleared. Even better. Okay, this Mercurian helmet's kind of interesting. Cut, fire, and cold 15. But that's it. Very good for elemental, but not a lot of variety. Let's actually go ahead and drop the gunpowder we have for that. Okay. Guess there's more of them. Go to the Igvos. Go up to sprint. Burst fire. Okay. Keep backing off. You should be dealing with that Ferris unless you bled out. Just get a reload in. Swap over to... I can't swap fire modes. Right. You have to be not reloading for that. Do a little bit of a stealth check. We'll kind of hear through the door for a turn or two. Okay, it looks like they detonated it, and the Sheila ate the damage for it. How are you looking? 27. You're looking pretty good, actually. And you have a laser SMG. Rip a shot with the Devourer and then pull back. Okay, good kill. Wait, because there was someone right here. Unless that was the Ferris. Nope, it's, okay, yeah, see, that's interesting. So you were literally fighting this guy, and as soon as I popped in, you were like, oh, I should kill you instead. That's a little bit weird to me. Anyway, okay, good shot. There we go. Hopefully that's everybody. Do a sprint reload in the doorway in case I need to pull back. Go down to walking. Yep. Okay, let's sprint, shoot. Greedy, but it paid off. All right, get another reload in. I think down here should be clear. Ooh, interesting. I could grab a regular shotgun. This thing's getting pretty damaged. Question is that worth it? What's the range on this? Effective range 3. Yikes. Also, I just realized we're carrying around 3 buckshot, eating up space. Get out of here with that. A 725 laser SMG. All right, well, we obviously need to try and get that out. Move that. We'll grab that, unload it, so we can keep using the... Ooh, do we... What's your range? 4. This is 5. This is an SMG, so we would get buffs off of it. But I feel like right now we do need the range on this thing, even though we technically don't get buffs off it. Also, now that I think about that, hold on. I might have been misreading this the whole time. Scatter down. Shooting a weapon grants XP. SMG shotgun. So this is how you level the perk. Does that necessarily mean that it doesn't apply to other weapons? Because if that scatter down applies to everything, then that's great. That's amazing for assault rifle. But if it only applies to SMG shotgun, then it's not bad that I'm using assault rifle, but I would definitely want to grab an SMG over that. Range accuracy, that's with any firearm. That's good. And I think, yeah, CQC Specialist is the only one that does that. So if you have any insight in that, let me know in the comments. Right now, I assume this only applies to SMG and shotgun. That would be great if it didn't. You're still here. You didn't respond to any of that, you lazy bastard. Sprint to here, because this should be cover. All right, good cover. Walk over here, shoot. I really need you to hit this, man. I really need you to hit this. Sprint, please. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Shotgun. Good. I'm glad I did that. Also, now we have mild exposure. And I'm pretty sure I don't have anti-rad drugs, because why would I? You're gonna hide behind my freaking capsule, you dick. Okay, that's closed. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Now you want to peek. Okay, keep backing off as we shoot. Now it's cover, of course. You know what? Keep backing off. Make him get around here. There we go. And at this point, I am going to just go ahead and repair this thing because we're getting some good use out of it. We're at 611. That's a concern. Drop off anything that we can't use, which is namely the armor and weaponry and the chip. We could have extracted if we wanted to. I think we keep pushing, though. Eat up. Smoke a little bit. And do 2 back. Actually, you know what? Do 3. All right, 3 in a row. No addiction. We're down to 466. That's good. Probably get out of stealth. We need to get a move on. And chances are someone has come up here. So we'll sneak up to this. And as much as I'd love to loot everyone, I think we just keep pushing. We get to the next part of the level. Okay, stealth this room. It's fine. Check a couple people on the way past. Oh, boy. Okay, interesting. We got 797, which is... Okay, that's... I disagree with this game. Because I got the way to make this bullet off a common item, or a basic item chip rather, and it gave me a weapon I could make. Why is this eating up a common item chip slot? That is so weird. The good news is I can use this for crafting, but that is a really weird call game. I don't agree with that. And Stonecrusher spacesuit could be great. I feel like that's one that needs to get a QA pass on it, and we'll actually sprint through here to try and save a little bit of time on the Quasimorph meter. Okay, last couple rooms and elevators through here. Okay, something killed a bot. That means there's probably Quasimorphs in the neighborhood, so be careful with that. In fact, yeah, reload our shotgun. Yep, that's why we do our stealth check. Ooh, okay, that's a concern. Wait 1 turn, peek, shoot, and pull back. Okay, I was afraid you would have an angle, but you really had a good angle on top of it. Over here. Oh, you both have laser weapons. Go up to the burst fire. Okay, you hit the wrong one, that's fine. Hit this one this time.
Hold your position for easier elimination.
Burst fire and walk. I need you to land these, thank you. Mild exposure, pain per turn, that's a problem. We do have painkillers, fortunately, so that should help, but we will need to keep an eye on that. Right now it's neutral. I guess we have something that's counteracting that. Also, you use the last of your SMG. Do we swap over to this at this point? Since 3 to 5, ammo is a premium, so I think the slower fire is actually better. I'm gonna dismantle this for repair parts. And probably drop the short pipe for a capacitor. Yeah, that's better. You both ran out of ammo. I do need microchips. Get rid of these garbage rags. Okay, probably go ahead and do another smoke. We've been getting pretty lucky with these so far. And we'll go up in stealth. Final floor. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be like 2 targets and we can just leave immediately. Show me 20. Okay, 11 isn't terrible. I'll take it. If I can just sit here, kill some stuff, and then bounce immediately, that would be ideal. Eat both of those right away. Oh, right. I have Karosh. Nice little music there. And on top of that, yeah, basically just a floor scanner, a very vertical level. No cover in the hallway is a big concern, actually. And honestly, if this had been a real medical room, that would have been great because I could have actually recovered my radiation sickness. Scanner that doesn't work. A couple good servers, possibly. Okay, the good news is that it doesn't look like there's much loot here. The bad news is, yeah, this open-ass hallway is a problem. Because volume of fire will probably just kill me. I think we push down here. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some anti-rad. We can move in stealth. We have 1 floor left and 500 Quasimorphs to go. Okay, doggo. Sorry about this. Go up to walking because we're probably going to miss the first shot. Like that. Ooh, you have a devourer. Okay. Probably go down to this. How bad is the... Okay, you lose 15 accuracy on that and you get some scatter. It's actually not that bad, but at this point, I need every little bit of accuracy I can get because we're going to hit that instead. It had cigarettes in it. Okay, I was expecting some fire there. Need you to hit this. Okay, good knockout there. You know what? Hit the guy in the back's at least decent. There we go. Okay. Now, I think at this point, reload, close the door, back off a little bit in stealth for a couple turns. Okay, make sure no one's sneaking up behind me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Quasimorphs did it for me. You know what? I know there's servers. I know we probably want what's in them. I don't care. This mission has been very tough, and I'm not risking losing the station for Planet Bridge for probably a lamp and maybe a switchboard if we're lucky. We win. Yeah, back-to-back conquests, baby! And Test Clan's pleased with our work because we're helping out Planet Bridge because we're technically allied. Love that. So SBN loses a little bit of power. They hate us, which they already didn't like us, so I don't care. And Planet Bridge gets a pretty new asset as well as a little bit of power. And now that we're leveling up, it seems like they just want to give me all the bots in the world, which is interesting. The industrial ARs I don't think are that good at combat. I think you want, if you can believe it or not, the one that says combat AR. But if we can give those to planets, I think they can turn around and turn that into power technology. That could be good to actually give back to Planet Bridge. Security drone, we do need more capacitors, and oh, Dragon Volley, you say? That sounds a lot like Dragon's Breath, which, if I remember the game right, that is an incendiary shotgun ammo in Fallout New Vegas. We're gonna unlock that right away. Also, I'm really surprised we didn't actually go through all of our ammo there. So I do think I actually really do like the shotgun. However, that's definitely going to be one that we need to be prepared for. Bring repair materials, bring a metric fuck ton of ammo, unless you know you're going to be fighting them. I'm guessing this isn't as good against Test Clan because, as far as I can tell in the game, they tend to try and armor up against things they're good with. So it probably wouldn't be great to use it against them, but it could be decent. Go ahead and drop off everything else for now, including this Devourer, which served us extremely well. Oh, interesting. Yeah, even this augmentation chip. So I can't unlock it, presumably because I don't have the department. So I guess that's kind of the game's way of telling you, hey, by the way, Dingus, you can't do cyborg stuff yet. So we'll keep that in the back for now. We'll definitely unlock that as soon as we have the capability. And there we go. We're actually caught up on data miners, so we can start using those on missions. Once again, sadly, no upgrades, but more importantly, that's not in the cargo hold. That's on the conveyor. Ammo. It is fire shotgun ammo, incendiary fire spreading. It actually boosts range, like the flechette rounds. 5 fragments, extra crit chance, and extra damage. A bunch of scatter on it, but if you're accurate enough, you can compensate for that. And all we need is gasoline, which, fortunately for us, I haven't been making it a priority. However, you mainly use gasoline for melee weapons, which I don't touch. I never use melee. So we have a row and a half of gasoline, and now that I know we need it, we can get so much more thanks to the fact that fuel explosive barrels are all over pretty much every level you go to. But I think that's a good part for here, ladies and gentlemen. Got to test out the Tunnel Rat, which I think did pretty well. Percy made a good showing for himself on a pretty hard mission against SBN. I think we were dealing with about 800 power per level, and he survived 3 floors of that on top of Mercurian Quasimorphs. Also, even better news, Tianmin has reached tech level 8. Hooray. Okay, let's pause. I don't want bad things to happen. But next time, Planet Bridge is still down here at the bottom. However, we're up 1 asset after them losing the station, I believe, and us gaining 2 for them, which now, thanks to those stations, it looks like they're actually power gain stations, so they might actually start being able to build up a little bit of an army if we can do a little bit more to help them out. And next time, I think we're gonna go with our original plan for this part before I came across 2 lucky missions for us, and I think we want to go try and do some stuff around Venus, because we did get a message from an unknown Quasimorph that was like, hey, kill some stuff around Venus and you'll wake me up. And yeah, if we're gonna take down Tianmin, we're gonna need all the help we can get, whether they're friend or foe. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.